So congratulations, you found your winning product, you went and built out a pretty looking store for it, you started running some ads, and all of a sudden you're not making any sales. What could be going wrong? Well, that's what we're gonna cover here in this video. In the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna be showing you the 5 major pitfalls that every single dropshipper makes over and over and over, to where your customers are not pulling out their credit cards and actually making a purchase with you, even though you have a winning product and your store is good, okay? This is stuff that other people are not talking about on the internet right now, so I wanna make sure I cover this for you. And trust me, in the next 24 hours, if you implement what I'm about to show you, you're gonna be able to take your store from doing just 1 or 2 sales per day to doubling or even tripling the amount of sales that you're doing in the next 24 hours, guaranteed. What we need to understand about our store is that it's a series of events for the customer's journey. They start off with your ad, of course, and then they end up viewing content. This is after they click on your ad, they view content. All right, they go to your add to cart, they go and initiate checkout, hopefully, and we ultimately want them to pull out their credit cards and purchase and become a customer. We all want them to be in this yellow area, but before we get there, there's a lot of leaks in the funnel, and that's normal. You're not going to convert every single person that comes to your store, but we need to understand what's causing these leaks, and we have to try and patch up these leaks so that we can squeeze as much water into the bucket without wasting any water on the side. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's pretty much optimization and how to actually increase your sales on an already existing store. So I call this the 5 pillars of e-commerce, and the first pitfall is when you have a high CPM and your ad isn't getting enough reach. So this is on the ad level. This is before they actually even come into your store, because the sales process starts before they get into your website. It starts from your ad. So we have to dissect everything from the ad down. Now, the first cause is that your ad isn't getting enough attention. You have high CPMs. This might be because your ad is just bad. All right, it might be that you're targeting the wrong audience and they're not resonating with it. It might be that your audience size is too small, and because of that, TikTok or whatever advertising platform is charging you a lot of money just to advertise to that audience. So even if it is the right audience, because it's so small, it won't be profitable, it won't be scalable. So you need to keep all of these things in mind. All right, 4th quarter of the year, we start to see CPMs get high too, so that's its own condition. But some quick solutions to fix this pitfall is to edit your ads, okay? Re-implement some other winning ads. It's usually the ad that you least expect. All right, get the ad that gets most engagement. I advise to just broaden your audience. If CPMs are a problem, you want to aim to have a CPM around $10-15. That's where you can see scalability. Depending on the product, you can get a $20 CPM and still be fine, but the lower the better, right? Encourage more engagement on the ads. You need to say stuff like, all right, for more details, check the comment section, and that'll bait users into going into the comments, thus creating more engagement, more likelihood of liking the video, saving it, or even sharing it with a family member. Now, the final thing is you could just choose a different audience. All right, there's millions of audiences on these platforms, so a matter of just changing where you target the customer could change the end result for you. It could bring you a different type of customer that's willing to pull out their credit card and buy. All right, so you need to consider all of these things. But let's move on to pillar 2. Before I dive into this, I want to make sure I announce the giveaway. I do this every week. If you want to enter, all you gotta do is comment down below dropshipping 2023 plus whatever question, comment, or concern you might have, and I'll go ahead and pick one lucky winner for a free one-on-one coaching call, and I'm announcing them all on my stories. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, stay posted on my stories. I'll announce the winner in just 1 week. Okay, let's get back to this. The second pitfall that a lot of people fall into is that your ad isn't getting enough interest. Okay, this might be because your ad just is bad. All right, it's not good. It's like I said, it's not good. There's little or no social proof on the ad. So this is basically before they even come into your store, is your ad getting a good click-through rate? Your click-through rate is something that you want to measure throughout your ads dashboard, just to see if it's in a healthy place, to see if it's scalable, to see if people are indicating that they're interested in your product. If they're not interested from the ad, trust me, they're not going to be interested when they get to your website. So we need to create interest there. The best way to do this is by increasing social proof. Run community engagement campaigns if you're talking about TikTok ads. If you're running Facebook ads, just run engagement campaigns and get people to like and comment first before you go to conversions. All right. Next thing you can do is try and play around with the caption. Okay, try and make it catchy. Maybe include your irresistible offer in there, and just make it simple enough to where the person wants to engage and just learn more, right? You want to just draw their interest initially. Now, finally, you do want to have a call to action. Sometimes people just need to be told exactly what to do, right? You need to remind them, hey, even though this is a social media platform, I want you to go and check the comments for details. Check the link in my bio if you want to buy this product. And you need to remind them that clear instruction will let them know that, oh, I can actually purchase from this person. Let me go check it out. And here's some quick solutions to this. You can try a different ad script. You can encourage engagement. You could try a different caption, or add a more interesting call to action to your ad. Now, these are very minor issues. The third pitfall is usually the biggest one that I see a lot of beginning dropshippers fall into. And this is when you're getting no add to carts. You got a lot of visitors, but for some reason, people aren't adding the product into the basket and they're just leaving the website. Here's why. It's because your product price might be too high, okay? People are very, very sensitive to price. So depending on how you price your product is going to determine whether you're going to get a good add to cart rate. All right. Bad images, the images not being in order, something being wrong with just the product page in general can cause people to be turned off. They'll just say, you know what, I'll go back to social media where it's more comfortable. So you want to keep these things in mind with your dropshipping stores, Shopify stores, whatever the case may be. It all applies. The images matter. All right. Poor descriptions, bad copywriting, not really speaking to the audience's heart. All right. Remember to sell the benefits and not the features. Okay. Sell the good night's sleep, not the mattress. This is going to get people to imagine themselves using the product and be more likely to take the next step into actually buying your product. All right. It could be that the variants are too confusing too. This is a common mistake I see a lot of people make. They just take the standard variants that AliExpress gives them, and it might be like 16 different variants, and put them on your store. First of all, if you walk into an ice cream shop and they're offering 16 different flavors, no matter, even if you pick just one flavor, you're still gonna have some sort of buyer's remorse from not being able to know what the other flavors are like. So sometimes less is more, okay? It's better to introduce less variables so that your customer can actually have an easier buying experience, all right? Just because you give them more options doesn't mean that they're gonna trust you more. No, that's a very, very bad way to look at it. Now, here's some quick solutions to this. If you haven't already noticed, here's some quick solutions. Lower your selling price, make an irresistible offer. You might be able to cut off the shipping, make the shipping free. You might be able to give them a 10% off discount. You might be able to say, buy one, get one 50% off. Be creative. This all depends on your product. So whatever your product is, be creative with the pricing. Make the customer feel like they're getting a deal. And in return, you're still going to protect your margins on the back end. So that way it's a win-win for you and the customer. All right. Reorder the product images. Maybe you need to get some more professional photos of the product in general. Send your product out into a video production company, have them take professional photos of the product. That'll automatically differentiate you from the other dropshippers out there. It's gonna make your store feel more branded and trustworthy. You can redo the copywriting as well. With the help of AI right now, copywriting has been easier than ever, so there's really no excuse to have bad copywriting. All right, you could just use ChatGPT or something to get that handled for you. All right, simplify your variants and SKUs as well. Like I said, less is more. So you want to give the customer less options. Less options is going to make them happier. It's going to make the process simple. It's going to make it a no-brainer for them to continue on down your funnel. Let's get into the fourth major pitfall that stops your customers from buying from your Shopify store. All right, this is when you're getting add to carts, but not enough checkouts. People aren't continuing to actually pay with their credit card. And this is because there's something in the checkout that's throwing them off, okay? It could be one of these things. Not enough social proof, so maybe it's not enough reviews to actually take them over the cliff. They're not trusting your website. You got to think about it. It's probably the first time they ever heard of you. So they need to know that they're going to be spending their money on somebody that's trustworthy. okay? Maybe it might be the shipping price being too high. If you're charging shipping for your product, I would like to just give them free shipping and just work that into the margins of the price. But then you have to balance it out with not pricing your product too high and then dealing with the third issue that we talked about before. So this is where you got to get creative. Make it irresistible offer. Give them coupons. People love coupons and they love to feel like they're taking advantage of the company. So play around with the pricing and just eliminate shipping. It'll make the checkout process easier. Okay, it might be that shipping times are not clear. Okay, people might be ready to buy the product, but then they don't know if they're gonna get scammed or not. Okay, so what you got to do is communicate these shipping times ahead of time on your shipping page. You got to have the shipping times on your product page as well. Put it everywhere. Don't shy away from letting the customer know what they're gonna get into. They're still gonna buy. Okay, so make sure that we communicate those shipping times very, very clearly to start off. The checkout might be inconsistent. A common mistake that I see with Shopify is people design their website theme, but then they forget to design their checkout. The checkout is not the same as your website, all right? The checkout is handled by Shopify Payments, so you might still need to go into your theme settings, go into checkout, and then put your logo there. Make sure that the logos are matching. Make sure that the color scheme is matching with your store and the button is matching, okay? If you do just these things, I'm telling you, you're going to get more add to carts. You're going to get more people going through your funnel easily if you're already getting traffic. Getting traffic is the hard part. Getting those visitors into customers, that's easy, all right? So that's what we're gonna be doing here, all right? You want to add more compelling product reviews. Add as many reviews as you can with these review apps. Make it irresistible offers so that people aren't hesitant in the checkout. They're actually encouraged to go and put their coupon in the checkout so they get a discount, right? You want to make your shipping times clear and edit your checkout design to be consistent with your theme and store, okay? Make sure you pay attention to those things, and once you do that, you're going to be golden. All right, the last pitfall is when you're actually making sales, but now you're unprofitable. So this is usually because your average order value is too low. So you guys know what I'm about to say here. It's not about selling the cheeseburger. It's about selling the cheeseburger with the fries and the soda. You need to have your upsells. Okay, so some of the common causes of this is that your upsells aren't convincing. People aren't biting on the upsells. You might not even have an upsell at all. So go ahead and add some upsells. All right, you might have some wasted ad spend. So in the testing phase, this is fine because you're testing. But once you're scaling, you should know exactly what audience you want to target. You should know exactly what ad creative is getting you the best click-through rates. You should know exactly what age ranges are going to convert on your product. You should know which gender is going to convert. You should know which times a day that you want these ads to deploy. Every single detail. And once you isolate these variables, you're not going to have any wasted ad spend. Okay, so it all starts, your profitability all starts from your ads dashboard. That's why we focus on ads as marketers. All right, that's our thing. So make sure you're good at that, or else you'll never be able to scale your Shopify store. I'm sorry to say. What you can also do is delete some apps that are costing you money. Okay, delete some of the things that are just costing you money. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep. So in order to stay profitable, we got to just be, put our CEO hat on, put our chief financial officer hat on, and make sure that we're managing the finances properly so that we're not having any wasted finances. All right, it might be that your discounts are cutting into your margins. So once you start making sales and your pixel's hot and it's optimized, you can slow down on the discounts a little bit. Okay, you instead of a 10% off, you might want to do 5% off. All right, these little tweaks are going to make you that much more profitable as you go. And if you're going to add upsells, what you want to do is get upsell apps like Sweet Upsell, get upsell apps like Discounted Upsells, Assortion Bundles, and Upsells. These are 3 apps right off the bat. If you add them into your store, they'll add on an additional 15% of revenue. All right, so yeah, I've got another video. I'll link it up here. Top 5 Shopify apps. You might want to check that out. These are all going to lead to you being profitable overnight. I'm telling you, you add these into your store, overnight you're going to be profitable, and you're going to be like, yo, it's just that one little thing, that one little tweak is all it took to make these sales all of a sudden. All right, so implement these things. I promise you're going to see those changes. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all later, Mafia.